Settlers burned Tayasir again, the same village where Israeli soldiers choked a CNN cameraman to the ground 5 days ago. The military arrived and blocked the fire brigade, the ambulances, and the residents. A 75-year-old man was beaten in his own home. His wife watched. Days later, she died, and the settler outpost is still standing. Israeli settlers have launched a fresh attack on the West Bank village of Tayasir, just days after soldiers detained and assaulted a CNN crew reporting from the same location. According to the Palestine Red Crescent Society, at least 4 Palestinians were injured when settlers set fire to homes, farming sheds, and vehicles. Videos obtained by CNN show cars and structures engulfed in flames, thick columns of black smoke rising over the village hills. When the Israeli military arrived, it did not stop the attack. It stopped everyone else.
The Israeli military responded to the incident by arriving in Tayasir and preventing the fire brigade, ambulances, and residents from reaching the area. They prevented residents from returning to their homes, but allowed the settlers to do everything at their leisure.
It was the second assault on Tayasir in under a week. 5 days earlier, settlers beat multiple residents, including 75-year-old Abdullah Daraghmeh, who was attacked inside his own home in the early morning. Soldiers stood by as an illegal outpost was established. A CNN crew covering the scene was detained and assaulted by Israeli troops. Nobody has been arrested for any of it. The outpost was dismantled the following day, then rebuilt by settlers in another part of the village. As of March 31st, it remained standing. Israel's Kogat told CNN that another evacuation would be carried out in accordance with operational priorities and subject to approval by the political echelon. The original CNN report triggered a rare disciplinary response. The military chief of staff suspended the battalion involved, dismissed one soldier who had spoken openly of revenge against Palestinians, and reprimanded several commanders. The government pushed back hard. Far-right National Security Minister Itamar Ben-Gvir condemned the suspension. 31 coalition lawmakers wrote to demand the battalion be redeployed, arguing the move undermined military trust at a critical time. On March 31st, as settlers returned to Tayasir, Daraghmeh's wife Amna suffered a heart attack and died. Their son said she had never recovered, mentally or physically, from watching her husband be beaten in their home days earlier. The rebuilt outpost stands, the settlers remain, and the only person who has faced any consequences in Tayasir this week is a 75-year-old man's wife. It lasted 2 hours, but what those 2 hours revealed has shaken the Israeli military to act faster than it almost ever has. On March 26th, CNN correspondent Jeremy Diamond and his team were in the Palestinian village of Tayasir, in the occupied West Bank, covering the aftermath of a settler attack. Israeli soldiers arrived, detained the crew, and one soldier placed CNN photojournalist Cyril Theophilos in a chokehold, dragging him to the ground and damaging his camera. It did not end there. Several soldiers told the crew on camera that the entire West Bank belongs to Jews. Others said they were carrying out revenge for the death of 18-year-old Israeli settler Yehuda Sherman, killed in a suspected ramming attack near Nablus days earlier. One soldier, identified only as Meir, acknowledged the outpost in Tayasir was illegal, but said it would slowly be legalized with his help.
The 2 hours we spent detained laid bare the settler ideology motivating many of the soldiers who operate in the occupied West Bank, and the ways in which soldiers frequently act in service of the settler movement.
The report aired, and within 48 hours, IDF Chief of Staff Eyal Zamir had suspended the entire battalion responsible. The Netzer Israel Battalion, a reserve unit drawing heavily from the ultra-Orthodox Netzer Yehuda Battalion, and known to have attracted members of radical right-wing settler groups, was pulled from the West Bank immediately and reassigned to training until further notice. Zamir's statement left little room for interpretation.
Weapons are to be used solely for the purpose of carrying out the mission, and never for revenge. We will not accept such incidents within the ranks of the IDF.
The IDF called the incident a serious ethical and professional failure. Military police have been ordered to investigate the assault on the CNN photojournalist. Additional disciplinary measures against individual soldiers are expected. Not everyone welcomed the decision. Far-right National Security Minister Itamar Ben-Gvir called the suspension a grave mistake that harms Israel's deterrence capability. The battalion had previously drawn scrutiny under the Biden administration, which considered sanctioning Netzer Yehuda in 2024 over alleged human rights violations against Palestinians before dropping the plan after Israel provided assurances of corrective action. Rising settler violence in the West Bank is reported daily but rarely prosecuted. In recent months, repeated attacks from illegal outposts have driven dozens of Palestinian families from the northern Jordan Valley, the same area where the CNN crew was detained. This time, someone had a camera rolling.
بشاركوا كتلوا